Selfish, it's usually a label that one person puts on another. It's very rare that one person will say, oh, I'm being very selfish. And I think in some ways it can be very good to be selfish because if that means kind of staying in touch with what one's own needs are or desires and beliefs are, it's critical to do that, to be self oriented in that way. Oftentimes, actually, in a narcissistically abusive relationship, the non narcissistic person is very familiar with being told they are selfish, but more as a product of the narcissist person has to believe they're more important. So if the other person is thinking of themselves, then the narcissist will regard them as being selfish in a pejorative way. But, in actuality, they're not. I think the self-absorbed actually, though, is a good label for what results in a narcissistic person's psychology. Like, I don't think they sort of set out to say, oh, I'm going to be very self-absorbed. But if we take seriously that thing I mentioned before about starting with the worthlessness and then employing this called grandiosity or this artificial inflation of one's self-worth coupled with the entitlement that others reflect that back to them, that is an inherently self-absorbed process. So they're going to just always be focused on how are they feeling, having to manage their self-esteem because it's going to be so fragile relative to just the normal bumps and bruises we all have in the world. It's, I don't think it's a difference in degree, like this is selfish, this is self-absorbed, but like differences in kind, that it's sort of like what's underneath each. In the first case, it's, I think, very healthy. In the second case, it's not healthy at all. It's pathological and creates more problems.